Alright guys, some breaking transfer news in the Scottish Premiership. Long-time Celtic target John Mcginn has left Hibernian, but he is not going to Glasgow. Instead, he's going south of the border and he will be joining Championship side Aston Villa. I'm unsure on what to think of this transfer now. First of all, I know John Mcginn said he wanted to leave Hibs. He obviously feels he is a level above Hibs. And you know what, truth be told, that might be true, man. He is a good player. I did see him moving. He was never going to stay at Hibs his entire career. I did for a long time. I thought he was going to go to Celtic. It seemed like he'd be the perfect replacement for Scott Brown. I'm pretty sure Brendan Rodgers wanted him at Celtic, but for some reason it hasn't happened. Whether, I don't know, Celtic were content at the moment with their midfield options, whether the bids that they were offering Hibernian weren't good enough, we don't know, or whether John Mcginn has simply decided that he doesn't want to play in the Scottish Premiership. He wants to go to the Championship. Whether he would consider that a higher level or not, I don't know. But whatever the reason is, he has left and he's joined Aston Villa. Now, I know Neil Lennon said he was worth $6 million. This is an undisclosed fee. I can't imagine it being anywhere near $6 million. Not that I don't think he's worth it, but unless you play for the old firm, the teams in England always tend to underpay for Scottish players because they know that the Scottish clubs are kind of desperate and that they will sell. You know what I mean? Like Dent McKinn's can turn around and say that McKenna's worth 10 million. McKenna could put on 100 world-class performances in a row, and Aberdeen's they're just not going to hold out for 10 million. You know what I mean? Someone could come in and offer $1 million, and they'll probably sell McKenna. That's just how Scottish football is. You know what I mean? The clubs sell. I don't agree with it, but maybe they have to do it. I wish Scottish clubs would actually, you know, bargain more and try to get more money when they're selling players, but it doesn't tend to happen. Anyway, John Mcginn left Hibernian. How do I feel about it? Well, I guess it weakens Hibs, which, in terms of them not finishing high in the Scottish Premiership, is a good thing, and I'm happy about it. At the same time, I think it weakens the Scottish Premiership overall. I would have probably preferred had he went to Celtic. I just think John McGinn's a really good player, and I would like to see him continue in the Scottish Premiership instead of leaving. And I don't know, I think it's a bit lame that he is left just before the Hibernian qualifiers. But then again, I guess they brought the English transfer window. It's closing tomorrow, so it's not like he can wait. I don't know. I think it's disappointing. Even if he was going to leave, I would have liked to have seen him maybe join Aston Villa and then be loaned out to Hibernian for a year. That maybe doesn't really do much for Aston Villa. But I just think Hibernian this season, I think they've done really well. I think they look promising. I could see them even getting to the group stages of the Europa League, and I honestly believe that they can finish second in the Premiership. So I just think it's disappointing to see John McGinn, you know, from their point of view leave, and from his point of view, I mean, what's he going to do at Aston Villa really? And Aston Villa are not that good a team. I don't think they'll get promoted. You can maybe get an FA Cup run, but they're not in Europe. So, I don't know, I just think it's a bit negative. Obviously, he will be offered more wages down at Aston Villa. He's probably on like at least double, probably triple, quadruple the amount that he's on Hibs. We'll have to wait and see over the next coming days. But John McGinn has left Hibernian. He's joined Aston Villa. It is official. There's no going back now. It is what it is. And I'm pretty sure there'll be a couple more transfers as we head into tomorrow. Also, though, Hibs have signed HYNDMAN on loan for the season from Bournemouth. You might remember HYNDMAN had a season on loan at Rangers. He seemed like a solid player. So there you go. At least Hibs have brought in some form of replacement. But, you know, it's not enough. It would be nice if Hibs got a couple of million from McGinn. It would be nice if they actually, you know, spent the money and reinvest it and bring in players for the team. It's not that I want Hibs to be the best or want them to be strong, obviously not at Sport Hearts, but I would like Scottish football to actually progress and get stronger, do you know what I mean? And stop the clubs becoming selling clubs. So it would be nice, and it'll be interesting to see what Hibs do with the money and whether they'll make any late transfer deals in this window. I think Lennon says that he wanted to bring in faces, but he didn't have the money. Well, now I'm going to assume he's got a decent amount of money because they've just sold John McGinn. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Anyway, guys, there you go. John McGinn is now an Aston Villa player. Until next time, peace.